Hey
Hey,
everyone,
hey,
it's
hey.
Kit.
And Jess,
Mm, 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 mm,
your good
mm.
mom and bad mamas.
I don't even know what kind of mamas we are anymore.
I think we fluctuate.
Can I have a confession? I feel like we're
Already?
the, I feel like we're the trying too hard mamas.
Are we? I'm not trying
We,
too hard.
I feel like we're trying too hard.
You might be. I feel like I'm not trying hard enough.
Oh no, like in life, for real. No, for real.
Mm,
Like in life, definitely not trying hard enough.
mm.
Um, but I'm glad that we keep doing this because this like definitely keeps our friendship um flourishing. There's a word that I want, flowing. I almost wanted to say it lights the fire in our
Alive.
yes, it lights the fire in our friendship.
It keeps
I'm
the
trying
flame going.
that is what I want to say. I painted my nails.
Oh my gosh, wait, I noticed that when you were messing with your phone.
Mm,
You did it yourself?
I sure did. We were
Nice.
talking, I feel like I had this conversation with you. We were talking about self-care recently. I went to brunch with some friends. Shouts to Ivy and
Ooh.
Liz and Caitlin and Ash and Jess.
Aw.
Another Jess. Yeah,
I
we
miss
went to
them.
brunch.
Those
They
girls are
miss
fun.
you. They are, right?
Mhm.
We were talking about self-care and just like all the money we spent on self-care. And they're like, yeah, no, I need to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, I just can't personally. I just can't justify spending money. So then I walk around looking like a hobo, and they like all walk around looking like very self-cared, like they
Literally,
matter.
all of them are gorgeous.
They're like mad, right?
Yeah, with
I'm
perfect skin, nice
mm,
butts, like
you're so
tiny, like
stupid. Gosh,
yes, I
Jessica.
noticed.
They are pretty amazing.
They are.
I am definitely the Duff of the group, and I'm okay with that.
Oh my God, I haven't heard that phrase in so long.
I am, but I don't, you know what? I receive it. I'm okay because like
Oh my
hanging
gosh.
around them makes me feel slightly prettier. But I painted my nails. I was like, you know what? Yo,
Did you
that
hear
voice.
that?
Yes, I sure did.
Was that my
I was like,
son?
that is your kid.
Cameron, close your door.
I was like, I won't spend the money on getting my nails done, but I have all the tools, so I'll do it here. And I did. And these actually have lasted more than any salon gel manicure. I did them
What?
last Monday. I know. So I'm
Wait, they're
really
not
excited.
like fake nails. It's just paint.
No, it's
What is it? What's the
my
brand?
gel. I don't Beetle. I almost called it Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Something
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that Beetle
I know
brand.
what that is.
That.
Yep. I
Wow,
haven't
my
tried
eyes
that
are
one yet. I think Sabini
really
uses that.
dark. Man,
Stop. Stop
I
it.
can't stop looking at like the darkness of my eyes and yo, it's rough in these streets. It's been rough.
So, how is your week?
It's been rough.
Yeah.
My beautiful boyfriend, who's 3.5 months.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? Do we have a
He's
new
my
fling?
boyfriend. I love him so
Didn't know we were
much.
opening up the relationship.
Yo, you are a mess. Absolutely not. Peter and I would never ride or die. That's my friend. That's my friend. That's my best friend. That's my homie. It's my lover and baby daddy. Oh my gosh. I feel like we've reached that point in like our marriage where we're like, yeah, what up, friend? Like, yeah, it's so normal. It's so funny.
Okay.
I have a coworker who's really old. Love her so much. She was like my mother at work. And it was her husband's birthday recently. Oh, not recently. Gosh, this was last year. I was asking her. She's like, "Oh, I was like, what are you gonna do for his birthday?" She's like, "Yeah, it's his birthday coming up." I'm like, "What are you gonna do for his birthday?" She's like, "Nothing, just go to dinner." I was like, "You gonna dress up for him?" Like she's older. She goes, "Girl, when you get to my age," she's like, "you become siblings." I'm like, "That's so gross."
Ew.
She's like, she goes, "That's my brother." Like, ew.
Ew. Best friends would be better.
The way she said it, it was just so like casual. "Ah, that's my brother now." I'm like,
Wait, say it in Spanish.
Ese mi hermano. I'm like, what?
That's me and
I'm
my
like, what? No. So Peter and I like joke about that because I mean there are like stages in relationships. We're definitely not siblings because that's gross. Just thought of
amigos.
that. But yes, my boyfriend. So my little
Wait, so
boyfriend.
pause. Hold on.
Hmm.
I'm gonna build on that because,
Okay.
okay, everyone, when we started this
Hmm.
and we were starting to start this recording, there was a hand in the camera and it was hugging Kissy. And it was like I saw an arm hugging Kissy. And for a minute, I was like, is that Peter hugging Kissy? Like, I never see you guys hug.
Oh wait, what are you talking about?
I was like, wait, what? No, it was your mom who was hugging
Oh,
you. That was Peter. And I was like, wait, what? They're hugging right now?
oh my gosh. Oh, PDA.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
I've
no.
ever seen you.
No, you definitely saw us before kids.
Oh,
You
before
definitely,
kids.
after kids, it's so funny. We talk about that, like, oh, we need to make sure that we're showing each other enough love in front of the kids that they like, they grow up seeing
Yeah.
that. But it's so funny because we are really awkward about it. This is how we are. Like, physical touch is very low on both of our
Mm.
love languages. It's not like at all how we show or receive love. So, I mean, we're
Do you think
good. It's like,
your kids have you noticed that they all young kids need that, right?
oh
But
no, are all the time. Like
mm,
when there's like a random moment of like a hug or like a kiss, she goes like this. I just don't want my camera to fall. She goes like this. She'll walk over, she goes, Mom, Mom, oh, like
so Kissy is putting her hands on the side of her cheek.
that's literally what she does. She goes, oh.
That's cute.
I'm like, I'm like, yo, this girl's such an actress. You are not in a movie. Stop. I think she thinks she is. She's funny. Really
Sorry.
care.
Oh,
What?
no, I
Oh.
was just gonna get us back on track.
Anyway, Kate doesn't, she doesn't really care. She'll actually call R and be like, R, look, they're hugging. Look, they're kissing. And then she forgets about it. But anyway, back to the week. How has my week been? My little boo decided
Boyfriend.
he was going to start practicing flipping in his sleep
Oh, nice.
and then get very agitated when I flip him back, but he doesn't want to be in the other direction. Like he doesn't want to sleep like that. So I like flip him back thinking, okay, you want to go back to how you sleep. No, he gets even more mad and then he continues to like wiggle to flip himself. I'm like, which one is it, dude? Like, so, all the blogs, because I'm a reader.
Oh, you and your
All
mommy
the
blogs.
all the blogs, they're like practice it during the day. I'm like, yeah, I remember this with my girls when we practice during the day. But because he has like really bad reflux, it makes it very hard to lay him down to practice like anything or to even do tummy time because he is constantly throwing up. So today was the very first day that I actually let him lay fully on his back. And he threw up and it sucked to pick him up and find like vomit all over his head. So I'm like, okay, well, tomorrow we'll try something else.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
it's better than when Kaylee was a baby and I picked her up in the morning and she had shit so much that it was all over the crib. It was like dripped down the side. Like it was bad. And it was all on her face and in her hair. I felt like the worst mom in the world.
it's really gross. It's
But
really
she made
disgusting.
no sound. And I picked her up in the morning and I was like, oh my God. I walked in, I was like, what? What's that
Yeah.
smell? And she's
She,
covered in shit.
oh, hopefully her husband doesn't hear that.
Oh, he'll be listening. Make fun of her,
Oh, that's
Ryan.
really gross. Yeah, they don't. It's funny. Some of these babies will like he has had these like really massive boogers, like
Okay,
massive,
gross.
but he'll breathe like he won't cry, nothing. And I'm like, why is he breathing like that? One day I got really scared. I was like, oh my gosh, something's wrong with his chest, his lungs, his heart. I even recorded a video of him. I'm like, I need to call the doctor. But then I was like, let me look at his nose. Usually like the girls would cry like if they couldn't breathe or you could kind of see something coming out. So I like put my flashlight up his nose and these things were anyway, we're not gonna
Ew.
talk about it. Yo, I was like I took a picture for like memory's sake. I'm like, this is like this is unnatural for a baby to have this size booger. But
Ew.
yeah.
Okay, we have grossed everyone out and they fast forwarded now. Or
I'm sorry. Are we not moms? This is what we
but
deal with. I
guess what I did this week?
What'd you do?
Do you remember when we used to work at our school,
Yeah.
Rex?
Mm-hmm.
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 Random, in quotations, acts of
Mm-hmm.
kindness. They weren't necessarily random. I feel like they were prescribed.
They were
I
100%.
I did a random act of kindness this week.
You did.
So Monday was Veterans Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this neighbor who I've seen him come home and he's in his uniform. Where I live here in Oceanside, there's a base in Camp Pendleton. So you see lots of Army people here or military people.
I was gonna say,
So,
don't
yeah, right.
Army.
They're not all Army. We got Marines. Okay, anyway. So, anyways, I've seen him in his uniform. So I know that he is in the military. And I also noticed him because he has a dope car. He's got a dark green Camaro, sexy car. So, anyways, and I see where he parks. So I wrote on a little Post-it and I said, it feels creepy, but it's not. It's a random act of kindness.
I noticed where he parked, but his
He's
uniform.
literally right outside of my apartment. Like we park right by each other.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I just wrote on a note. I was like, "Thank you for your service," and just like put the Post-it on his. You have like a cabinet above your parking spot. I put that there. Then, sure, like literally 2 minutes later, I hear the car. Anyway, he pulls in. I was like, "Oh my god, that's him!" Like he almost would have caught me, and that would have been mad embarrassing. But so what I did get to see is him actually pick it up, which I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. He got out of his car and he walked up to the thing. He looked at it and then pulled it off and then just walked into his apartment. But I was like, oh, hopefully that made him feel nice. I don't know.
I thought you said he was going to crumble. You saw him crumble it.
Throw
I
it.
was like, shit. Okay, not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna say like, "Oh, I have a neighbor and I see him come home," and I was like, "Oh my God, Jessica's gonna cook like a really nice meal. Oh, for somebody who like is by themselves."
I don't know if he's by himself,
I was gonna ask you that.
but it's not. None.
Not at all.
No, but he's a
Mm,
very good looking man.
okay. Let's stay away from military.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. What
No
else
hate
is?
on everybody.
Yeah, of course not. Listen,
Experiences change your mind about things.
it's like the fourth time I've yawned.
Okay, so should we get
It's
to it?
not. No, it's not you.
That's what they all say.
No, I'm like
Okay.
just dreading. I'm dreading when this child's gonna wake up. He's been
Mhm.
sleeping through the night, praise God. But now that we're like practicing this, like he woke up twice yesterday. It was rough. I've been used to like
Oh,
a full night's sleep.
like from
So
what to what?
from 8 to 6
Dang.
sleep training. I'm telling people there because I stay awake for mommy quiet time.
I was thinking it.
Yeah, no, this is like 100%. Like he's been sleeping now for an hour and a half. I should be sleeping. The dishes are done. The kitchen is clean. I even mopped the floor. My girls are sleeping. Everybody in this house is sleeping except for me. Why? Because I want to watch a Netflix movie.
Oh,
That
what are
is
you gonna watch?
my, oh my gosh, Hot Frosty. Christmas movies are out.
Oh my
Hallmark movies
God.
are.
Ugh. Gross.
I love them so,
Gross.
so much. Like they're like the spark I need. I mean, I already decorated my home for Christmas, so I'm really excited.
Wow, really?
I did it for Kay. And you know what
Oh,
we do? She's like, "Mom, can we have Christmas?" I'm like, "It's not Christmas. Can we decorate?" I'm like, "You know what, Kay? You barely asked for anything. We'll decorate for you."
that's
And
cute.
I did. She was so happy when she came home.
Okay.
But yeah, what's going on? Your
Yeah, so
confession.
yeah, I have a confession this week
Mm,
is that I don't like my kids' teachers.
my teacher's kids.
Let me try
Dang,
that.
Jess. Yo, you're in education. You should
I
be
don't
supposed
like
to be
my
accepting
kids'
of all the
teachers.
kids.
This is why I think this is an interesting conversation for us because we are teachers
Yes. Go.
or, former teachers, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard a little beep beep.
I turned the sound off.
Oh, go.
So I got an email from
Mhm.
one of Cameron's teachers
Mhm.
that he's not very fond of him. He says he sounds sarcastic. Cameron missed a few days. And then him and another kid had to go into this teacher's classroom and ask for like makeup work or whatever. So as the two walked in and they asked him for the work, he says, I think like under his breath, anyways, he was teaching and I think Cameron said under his breath, he was like, hold on, I gotta give attention to kids who don't want to come on important days or something like that. I'm like, excuse me, you don't know why the child was absent.
Mhm.
Anyway, that was very condescending. And he says like, sometimes he's late, my fault, right? I try to get him there, but he's late by like a
Mhm.
minute tops. And he says every time I come in late, he'll be like, you're late, right when he walks in. And he's just
Mhm.
like, okay. I was like, what do you say, Cameron? He's like, nothing. It's like, what am I supposed to say?
Oh my God.
So then I get this email from the teacher, and he says that Cameron like puts his head down during class, that he is not getting like there's a couple assignments that he's missing that he has to do. Right. So I was like, oh, was there anything? I feel like I talked to you about this. I thought this is a great idea, or this is a great thing that this teacher reached out because I
Mhm.
want to talk to him about these things that Cameron's
Mhm.
saying, right? And also, this is a new school for Cameron. He just moved across the country. He's a new kid in a brand new school. I want to make sure that he has a good transition.
Yeah.
So I responded to the teacher. I acknowledged what he had said. And I said, I will talk with Cameron about that. And I said, I'm also glad that you emailed me. This is funny. So, to the audience, when this happened, I actually called you or texted you.
We called.
Yeah.
We spoke on
And
the
I
phone.
asked her advice because I was pissed and I was about to go off on this teacher because he talked me down and helped me write this email. So I
Guys,
did.
I talked her down. I have matured.
You have. And it was good advice. So I was
Mm.
like, I also want to talk to you about a few things. And I said, Cameron has said that you have, and I told him verbatim what he said to him
Mhm.
when he was absent. And I said, and sometimes it sounds a bit sarcastic. He says, when you are asking questions or things in class, I just want to make sure his transition is good and want to make sure
Mhm.
everything's basically copacetic at school.
Yeah.
Guess who never returned the email? Very
Of course
interesting.
he did not.
I'm like, you'll reach out when there's a problem, but then when I want to talk to you about something that you might be doing, then you don't want
Mhm.
to respond back to me.
Yeah.
Fast forward another couple weeks, I get a notification from the school that Cameron's absent in first
Mm.
period. I dropped him off. I know he was
Yeah.
there. So I asked Cameron, I said, were you in first period? And he's like, yeah. I said, your teacher counted you absent. Why?
Mhm.
So you have to answer the question for him to take attendance.
Kidding me.
Nope, I'm not. So if like, what did you eat for dinner last night? Let's say was the question.
Answer correctly.
You're counted absent. So he said he got to him and he said, I didn't answer fast enough. And he says, okay, I guess you're absent and marked him absent. Thank you.
Uh,
Ridiculous.
I called the school.
Oh, I emailed the attendance office and I let them know the whole scenario. I said Cameron was
Put it
not
on
absent.
paper. Yeah.
Yeah, I said Cameron was not absent. Please get this fixed. So he never reached out or anything about that. And they had to have spoken to him to be
Yeah.
like, is this what happened? Was he there? Right.
Mhm.
And I've never heard from him since. So I'm just like, I'm over this shit.
Absolutely not. Go ahead, girl. Speak your
I just
piece.
feel like over the span of my kids being in school,
Mhm.
there has been maybe two teachers
I'm just
for each
saying.
of my children
Mhm.
that have been really good teachers to where my
Oh.
kids were like, oh, I like this teacher. They care about me,
Mhm.
I'm just like, yo, the majority of teachers out there ain't shit. Might be a little controversial, but we worked at a really good school. We had really great teachers around us, I think.
Hmm.
But man, the way that, like, even with Kai, some of the teachers who would email me and like say the things that they're doing and like the way that they're responding to a
Hmm.
high schooler in front of their friends, I'm just like, what? Do you realize that when you chastise a child in front of an
Yeah,
entire group of their peers, you
especially at
realize
that age.
that's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've just not had very good experiences with teachers.
So I was talking to a friend today, specifically, Shasta Priscilla, about something similar with her daughter and that, like, basically children being taught, like, being addressed as a number, like you're just a number, right? Like, yeah, like, I have 26 other kids that I need to teach. Yeah, what about my one? Like, what are you doing to ensure that my student, that my child is acclimating, is being seen in the classroom? And she and I tend to have a lot of these conversations, obviously, because I'm a teacher, but it just baffles me. And I told her, and this is why when I was in the classroom, this is why I eat lunch by myself. Because we live in a time where, and like you said, controversial, I feel like teachers have been given this free range to just crap on teaching. Like, woe is me all the time.
Mm,
Do I think that the level of respect that teachers once had is gone? Absolutely. Like, we are no
yes.
longer respected.
Yes.
But we don't make it any better when we're constantly spending our free time, our preps, our lunch, talking crap about children. Like,
Mm,
I've been in too many of those spaces and I just walk away because I'm like, yo, this is not what I signed up for.
guilty of it.
I'm guilty of it too before I had children. But that's one thing that I do appreciate about the school that we worked at. Like, there were enough people there that would actually like check each other. Like,
Mm,
and I think because we had co-teachers, we had that safe space to just talk to like our one teacher. Like, because we were dealing with the same 30 children, we could vent about them, but we never treated them like crap. Like,
never. Mm-mm.
I mean, I'm thinking I met some of the most beautiful, crazy VIP children working in the Bronx. And I still get like on my Google pictures, like, reminders. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember so and so. Like, man, I loved that kid. I loved how different they were. I loved that they challenged me. Like, yes, in the moment, you're not thinking that. But I feel like nowadays, a lot of teachers are not treating children like that. If you are not treating these children like they belong to you when they are with you, what are you even doing? That is
Or
like
that you care about them as a
that,
person.
like that you literally that you care. Like, I know for men, it's obviously different. For male teachers, it's like the really good ones, like you just said, care about their students, right? They really care. But like like as women, we tend to have a more nurturing, you know, we're a little more nurturing, so it's different for us. It's like, I don't know, like when we're in the classroom, we do tend to treat the children like they're ours because we are the teacher, we're the mother, we're the counselor, we're the nurse, we're the helper, we're a little bit of everything. Like, you rarely hear them talk about the good about teaching.
Mm,
Like, what happened today? What did a student do today that like really enlightened you or made you feel like, wow, I'm so grateful I get to do this day in and day out. It's so much like, I'm burnt out, I'm so tired, and the children are so difficult.
yeah.
Developmentally cannot do half the things you're expecting them to do.
And
Passionate about this topic.
teaching is hard, extremely hard. And you have your days where like you just can't with the kids. Like I just can't.
Yeah, of course.
Today's right. But like I even
But
asked
that's
Cameron once,
human.
I think I might have said this before on here, but I asked him once, like, How many teachers today said hi to you or good morning? Or how many teachers asked you how you were or what you did?
Hmm.
None. None. Like, what?
We are treating children like if they are actual employees at a huge corporation. And they're
Yeah.
not. These are the age,
Or
this
it's
is the
like,
age where they're forming like a lot of their identity.
or it's all
And
focused on
yes, a
their
lot of
work.
this comes from home. Or yes,
Like,
I,
you didn't turn this in, or you're not doing this right, or but it's like, what about the human aspect? I don't know. It's frustrating. But he does have, actually, did we talk about this on this podcast? His ELA teacher, he actually really
mhm,
likes. She's on maternity leave right now, but before she left,
mhm,
Cameron went to school and she sent him home with a birthday card. Like,
mhm,
she knew his birthday was
mhm.
coming up on the Saturday, and she sent him home on Friday, and on the envelope it said open tomorrow. And it was a birthday card for him. She didn't even know him. She just met
That's so
him.
sweet.
Right? Like, nobody else said
Hmm.
anything to him, you know? And I'm just like, middle school's a little different, but we always had birthday charts. Like, we always knew when a
Yeah,
kid's birthday was. Like, it matters
yeah.
to them. So that was huge. But then also, her replacement right now, Cameron really likes him as well. He's a male teacher.
Hmm.
So he's kind of sad he's leaving.
You come replace period one teachers.
Can you please do that? But I'm just like, it's just so frustrating. And like, getting those emails from teachers and having to understand, like, take the empathetic approach of like, I understand,
Hmm.
right? I've been there. I know that you're probably dealing with a lot of things, but can I also give you a tip about this?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm having to do that a lot with the teachers.
because it's literally that reason. I feel like back in the day there was definitely more of a level of respect for the teacher. And I don't want to say that, well, no, teachers were not dealing with the level of crap they're dealing with now, but it's not all on the students or the parents. Like a lot of what is asked of teachers to do, like the actionables, we didn't have to do back then. Do I think that education is better now than it was back then? Honestly, I don't have an answer for that. I honestly don't know. I mean, we made it out. Like, yes, did we learn things that we are still using today? Nope. Could we have learned better? Yep. But
I definitely don't think we're building, we were ever building kids to be critical thinkers.
I think we are now. And
I mean, I say
okay,
that because this is my job right now, is to support
yes,
teachers and
okay,
talk about this is
I
what we're building.
understand that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when do you really start critically thinking or talking, right? Like, I think about high school. I took like AP English, but that's because I got to choose certain courses. So I
Mm,
knew that those classes I was going to want to participate. The same
exactly.
as like college. It makes it a little hard to do that with little 5-year-olds,
You
right?
can do it.
Hard with 5-year-olds. It makes it a little hard for them to choose. Can you choose the books that you're reading? Absolutely. Like, hey, we're gonna discuss this. Which book would you like to listen to first? Here's a few books that I'm just thinking of, like the general ed public school system, right? Like different ways to work around it. But then that also goes back to teachers are not crap nowadays. Like there are a lot of people going into education just for the money and the holidays. They're not really going. That's why I said the money,
The money.
and that's why I quoted
In
the
quotations.
money.
Oh no, who
Holiday.
the
That's why
hell's doing that? But
I'm getting paid to work. 8 to 3, and I'm
I
done.
get summers
Great.
off.
It is very frustrating. I do think parents need to be more involved, but I also think that teachers need to really start taking a long look in the mirror. What are you doing? If you're spending your time just talking crap about kids or your class, why are you even there? They
Mm,
like you as much as you like them, and it's really hard for the little ones because it's in their nature to impress. It's in their nature to want for their teacher to like them, and
yeah.
they know when they're not liked. They know it.
Cam says, I don't think he likes kids. And I mean, he's in 8th grade, right? But like,
Mm,
if they can feel that from you, that's a
yeah,
fucking problem.
yeah, it says a lot.
Hmm.
My kids knew when I had a bad day. Heck, I would just say it at morning meeting. Today's not a good day. Mrs. Gonzalez is
Don't
having a
mess with
really
me
rough.
today.
Mrs. Gonzalez is having a real rough time. We have rough days. Like people have rough days, but like, I mean, dang, at home I'm a different person. I have a hard day every day.
I mean, yeah.
It's rough every day. I don't want to get into that, but yeah, that's really hard, Jess. It's things like that. So like you're saying that, and that's been like on my heart with Kay because I know she's a very different child, and we have been blessed with good teachers since
Mm,
daycare. Like, I mean, not the first daycare she started off, but second daycare she was at. My gosh, I was a little wary of who her teacher was because I was like, okay, she seems like kind of little hood, a little street. Man, I love that woman. Gosh, she loved Kay so much. And even now, like, she has a teacher who is Caucasian. We love how she says her name, but this teacher is like very like she sends me messages constantly like, "Hey, so and so had a really, Kay had a really rough time today. I took her out in the hallway to change the scenery. We talked a little bit. Just want to let you know." And I text her and I message her like, "Hey, this is what we're working on at home. If you want to try to implement it in the classroom." Oh my gosh, thank you so much for letting me know. Like that's how it should be. Like do I think she's going to sit there and really implement everything that I tell her? Absolutely not. She has a class of 12, 13, 14 other kids that are 4 years old. No,
hmm.
I don't think that. But the fact that you're at least reading it and acknowledging and like making me feel like you're going to try it, that's enough for me. Like, at least I know that she is seeing what we just talked, like what you were talking about.
Yeah.
I would love to homeschool because of like just all of this and so
Mm.
much more. I would love to homeschool. Like, R came home today. But yeah, the teacher said we didn't have a good day because we were all very talkative. That didn't upset me. It didn't bother me because I teach kindergarten. Yeah, I could see that. Like, if you're being too loud, too rambunctious, you're not listening. Like, if the teacher's working with a student, that makes it very hard for her to be able to focus. And then she continued on to like, yes, because, and then I told so and so a bad word. I go, what bad word? I don't remember a bad word. I'm like,
Aw.
yo, my kid's coming home lying and saying bad words.
Mm.
That was very hard for me.
Well, you can't keep them away from the world, Kissy.
That's what Peter says. I'm gonna finish my basement. We're just gonna live down there.
Look how great they grow up.
I guess
And
I guess
you
I'll
talk
send
about
them to you.
street teachers too. Those are the best teachers because kids can relate. They're in the
The
streets.
Oh
They're
no,
using the lingo.
I 100 agree.
Yeah.
One, I tell that's one thing I tell my parents all the time about back to school. And I'm like, I'm very strict. I will treat your child like they are my own because they are mine. If they come home saying certain things, I apologize. I talk to them the way that I talk at home.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Speaking of, I remember working in the Bronx and one mom, I thought she was going to be really angry, but she's like, oh, that's where she gets it from. She's like, she's been coming home saying, like, Mom, you look like a hot mess right now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I do tell the kids, I'm like, y'all are acting like a hot mess right now. Like, this room is a hot mess.
I think you should.
Absolutely not. I want these children to be educated. So, what are you going to do, Jess? Are you going to reach out to administration? Because it's only November.
I'm not that mom. No. He's asked me, he's like, can I switch classes?
Yeah,
You
no,
just got
but
to work through the struggle.
I don't agree. I'm sorry. I don't agree. This
No?
man, this man marked him absent, like
With him
literally,
sitting right there in his front of his face.
that to me draws the line. Like I mean crosses the line completely.
Yeah.
I understand that you don't want to message administration, but I would at least message him again. Hi, just wanted to follow up and see if you got my email, like to let him know that you are paying attention.
Well, we should have conferences soon.
Yeah,
I'm
but you know
definitely
that those
gonna.
are 5 to 10 minutes and they'll brush you off. I don't know. I'm all about my paper trail.
Yeah.
Shouts to everything is emailed. Everything.
Yeah.
I know you don't really like confrontation.
It's like I haven't even looked into it. Like, if there is another teacher in 8th grade, like, do they have multiple teachers for subjects, or is it just one? I haven't
No,
even looked
yeah.
into that.
There are multiple teachers for subjects.
I think because of the size of the school, there probably is.
Just, I still think you should respond and say, just wanted to follow up. Like that when parent teacher conferences come around, it's
Mm-hmm.
not like, oh, yes, I forgot to respond to that because you emailed him not once, but twice.
Hmm.
Don't come. I'm like, yo, you should never brought this up as a topic. Should never brought this up as a topic.
You know, fuck around and find out.
To all my teacher friends listening, do better. We know it's hard. Being a teacher is rough. For lack of better words, it sucks. Yes, there are a lot of parents out there not doing their part, a lot of parents not doing their job. But what did you go into education for? To really sit there and talk crap about these kids? Stop wasting your time chit chatting with Kathy and go do something. Like, build some relationships, have lunch with your students, sacrifice
Mm.
a little time to get to know them. Stop complaining. Just can't. If you're gonna complain, get out. Go work at the local supermarket.
Go into these classrooms. I was just in classroom last week, and it just makes me want to be a teacher again sometimes.
Hmm.
Like, get back in the classroom because it is rewarding. It is hard. It
It
is
is
frustrating. You don't have
very
enough
hard.
time, but it's so rewarding to like have these conversations with kids and like see
Mm-hmm.
them as thinkers and like see them grow as humans. Why doesn't everybody feel like this?
I don't know, Jess.
Mm,
It's not for the faint of heart.
it's not.
No, but for real, I
No.
hope some teachers were listening or some people send that little snippet to their teacher friends. Like, do better.
Yes. I
Thank
know
you.
friends who are still teachers. Sabina, amazing
Hmm.
teacher. She's now a
I
kindergarten teacher.
love when she posts like little snippets or little stories or little things.
Yeah.
Blessed they are. They
Yeah.
have a good one.
And then
Mm.
Kalina is now in 1st grade.
Grade. That was
She
like
did.
her like top favorite grade to
Yeah.
teach. I feel like
Yeah.
remember her saying.
So, but
Mm.
yeah, look, there's a lot of good ones out there, but there's a lot of bad ones.
Yes, there are a lot.
Hmm.
I feel like there's also a
Okay.
lot of old ones that just need to retire already. Just okay, just let it go.
I
Like
think it's time.
if you are bringing new teachers down with you,
Mm.
I don't think that the majority of people that graduate college are like, I don't think they graduate like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Like, now I have to go do these running records. That's not typically how it starts. If you're already bringing them down and it is only 2 months into the school year, you
Hmm.
have got to go. Please retire.
Mm.
This is not for you. Like, you did your time. Thank you so much for your service.
Should I put a post-it note on someone, on an old teacher that I see? Thank you for your service.
Yo,
It's toxic.
please,
We've come full circle.
please do yourself a favor. Just go.
Yeah.
I can't. Mm.
Not
Anyway,
all veteran teachers are like that. There's
not
some
all. I said
that
there's
are
some. Yeah,
amazing.
they have to go.
All right.
All right,
It's tough
friends.
times, man.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, we
I
want to
would
hear
love
from.
to open a discussion on this. Let
Yes.
us know what you guys think. But
Like, if
also, hold on.
if you're a teacher,
Yeah.
right? Like, how are you building relationships, or how are you responding to what we just said, for one?
Or what's a step you're going to take to build relationships?
Mm. Or if you're or are a mom as well, do you also have issues with your kids' teachers? Is
And
it
before
just
you
me?
respond,
It's a
no,
phenomenon.
yes, but before they respond to that, look in the mirror. Are you the problem? Are you the Johnny never does this at home? Stop
This,
lying.
yes.
Just
Let's not
stop.
ignore that fact that it could be you.
No, it is definitely not you, Jess. You are not the problem at
Uh-uh.
all.
And I know my
You're one
kid,
of a
he can be
kind.
difficult.
No,
He's
he's
not.
not. He's not
So,
difficult at all. He's only difficult in what he eats.
and he doesn't like to do work at all. He is lazy. He don't like to do his
And
work.
it's fine.
So,
None of us really
mm,
do.
yeah, well, he needs to build up some more
You're
perseverance.
right. Look at us
Anyway.
going 48 minutes in.
Oh my God, shut up, you two.
Okay,
Okay, love
you guys
you.
like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna post. I couldn't post last week, the election. I had to stay off social media. I couldn't do it.
When
Sorry.
talk, love you.
I will.
Bye.